Hey everyone, it's your buddy Tarasco Voltor with a little review on a 1999, I believe, classic by Titus. But don't be scared, this one's surprisingly decent. We are reviewing Xena, Warrior Princess and the Talisman of Fate, I believe, for the N64. That's right, we're doing N64 reviews now, boys. Moving on up. In the midst of heated battle, both have laid their hands on the talisman to claim control over the destiny of the world. We, the Fates, declare a contest, must decide. Xena has the task of choosing the defenders of the world. We have seen them in her mind. The battle for the right to control fate itself will be fought by Earth's greatest heroes and greatest villains. Plus Joxer. And then, the last who remains must then challenge despair. Oh yeah, here we go, guys. So, a little bit of background on this game. This is a fighting game for the N64. And quite honestly, I didn't know much about it until I picked it up. I was never a big fan of the show. I've seen it in passing. I know of, gosh, I can't remember the actress's name even. But it's a decent game. Not a big fan. You can rag on me all you want. I guess Joxter is a character that everyone rags on, whatever. So we have some basic. The quest was story mode versus, which is up to obviously co-op or couch co-op. Your roster, which I believe shows the roster. Let's see what it is. Never mind. That's something else. I don't even want to touch on that. And then practice and your basic options: audio controller, controller pack, which I have a bootleg pack that I bought. And it doesn't work, apparently. It gives you an error screen. But whatever, I don't think you need it. But what's cool about this game is that it's up to 4-player simultaneous arena-type fighter based on the popular show that ran from, I believe, the late 90s to early 2000s. So let's check it out. Alright, so we have Choose Your Warrior here. We have Xena, Caesar, Gabrielle. I remember Gabrielle. She was annoying, I think. Epiphany. Ares. Maybe he's the same guy from God of War. That Ares. Looks a little different, but it could be. Velasca. Callisto. Joxer. I guess that's the joke character. Lao Ma. Autolycus. This guy, this man, obviously, with that deviant mustache, licks himself. Automatically. And random human. Let's go with the flagship character here, the titular Xena. And let's check it out. A little voice acting, Xena. Here we go. Not bad. So, let's move on to, let's start up with graphics and presentation. This looks pretty decent. For an N64 game, which is known for a blocky mess, yeah, the characters are kind of pixelated, but the animations are decent and fluid. While the character models, they kind of hold true, and they very much look the part of the actors and actresses that played them in the show. The backgrounds are decent as well, from what I can tell. And I've been playing this, of course, before reviewing, as is customary, to kind of prepare myself. And yes, the backgrounds kind of, they look nice. They do look nice. See, Aerie turned into just like a wisp, I guess, because he's godly. You saw the detail there in the character models for Xena. The face looks really good. It really does look like her from the show. Not much to complain about. Is it a little stiff and cardboard-like in the presentation, honestly, where the movements, while they are fluid, they are a little stiff at the same time. So, fluid, stiff? Stiff, fluid? I don't like the sound of that last term there. We will not use that ever again. But anyways, yeah, this looks decent. As far as sound goes, little battle cries are decent. I know that a complaint back in the day for this game was that as far as voices went, they didn't use any of the original voice actors in the show. I mean, in this game. So that was a complaint. The music is decent. I think it was supposed to be a highlight of the game back in the day. And right now, as we're fighting the joke character, there's like joke music playing. So I guess that's fitting. Now, let's move on to, if only I could get this guy to back me out of a corner, to the controls. So, you know what? I'm not big on the controller for Nintendo 64. I've never grew up with it. So honestly, this is totally different for me to control. But it controls basically using the little yellow directional buttons for all your combos. All 4 of them. And also, you have the shoulder button. The right shoulder button jumps. The jump is very floaty. But if you combine it just right and you get the feel for it, you can make some decent moves, some decent jumping attacks. Another neat little thing is, as far as the controls go, don't tell me this guy's a Joe character is going to beat me. As far as the controls go, also, if you're backed into a corner like Jockster is right there, you can actually jump off the wall to get yourself out of a tricky spot, like he just did. And he's apparently going to try to beat me, and I think he will. We can't let this guy beat us. He might. But anyways, as far as everything else goes, you can see it here on screen. I'm going to choose him. Back yourself out, pal. Back yourself out. You know about Xena and the magical rings and the screams. Anyways. Countdown. Yeah, so there is a timer on the matches. He beat me that time. Jeez. Anyways, there is a timer on the matches. You're basically best 2 out of 3. And I played this 2 game, and it gets rather difficult as it goes on. You can see I don't understand why this guy right now is giving me such a run for my money, because he's really not supposed to be that difficult. But as the game continues, you'll fight some way trickier characters. The difficulty definitely escalates accordingly, not to your skill level, but just in your progression. And it can become rather unfair. As far as I can tell, though, there are unlimited continues, so you can keep playing to your heart's content and see Xena to the end of her journey. I have beaten this game as Xena in the past, contrary to what you might believe from my gameplay here. And the last boss is a bit of a cheese ball, but there you go. Nice with the scream. But it's a totally manageable little task to undertake. Oh, Autolickus. This man is a fiend, Xena. Stay away from him. And he throws daggers, and he auto-licks. This is not a good combo. Look, with that devilish prance, this is the most perverted character in video game history. But anyways, guys, if you want a decent little challenge, you could find it. If you want mind-numbingly easy gameplay, because that's what it is, there really isn't much strategy. I'm really button mashing. These combos are nothing fancy. There are special moves. I have not for my life figured out how to do them yet. But the graphics are very nice for an N64 game. It shows that a licensed product doesn't necessarily have to be complete trash. And if you have the luxury of having 4 controllers and 4 buddies that want to enjoy this with you, you can subject them to a little bit of Xena Talisman of Fate. And allegedly, per the reviewers, as the interwebs would, like you to believe, it's supposedly a really good time. Do I know this for a fact? I do have 3 controllers, but I don't have 3 people to play this with. So I guess I'm not the core demographic for this game, especially in 2022, after people have been born after Xena and don't know anything about Xena, so it's kind of a lost cause. But anyways, yeah, this is not bad for an N64 game. As a quick, wasted time, kill about 10-15 minutes, you could have a worse experience on the system. Do I recommend seeking it out? Considering that I have no nostalgic value for this whatsoever, and I don't know how to do any of the special moves, unlike Velasca here. You know what? I don't remember what I paid for this, but it was rather cheap. I picked it up because of the curiosity, because I know there's also a PS1 Xena game that I will probably try to acquire at some point, because it actually looks decent. This is not a must-have. If you see it for cheap, whatever you consider cheap is, pick it up. If not, you're not missing out anything here, guys. Unless you're a fan of the show, then I suggest you probably get it, because you'll probably get a kick out of this. Anyways, ladies and gents, I hope you have enjoyed my little review of Xena Warrior Princess Talisman of Fate for the N64. And I will catch you on our next review. Thank you for watching. I always enjoy reading comments as well, so please don't hesitate to leave me a little comment. And whatever else, just look around in my videos, tell me what you like, tell me what you don't like. I'm open to feedback. So yeah, Xena Warrior Princess Talisman of Fate. Decent game. Catch you later, guys.